Quinn, 24/7 Comedy Radio, live South by Southwest, Esther Follies, and the iconic Velveeta Room with one of the biggest comedians in the world, Marc Maron. What's up?
Am I one of the biggest in the world?
That's one thing I wanted to ask you. Did you ever think that you would get to this level where you are now?
No, I had given up on levels. Levels were not working out for me. I was stuck at one level, and I had I could not find a stairway to another level. So now I'm at a little higher level, but
Just a little bit.
but no, I'm happy with things the way they are. I don't know how big I am, but I'm just trying to get my insurance back and not die broke. That's the goal now. I'm at an age now where it's just if I could not die broke, I'll be happy.
Well, we're here in Austin, South by Southwest. You just recorded your WTF podcast with Jeffrey Tambor.
Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Tambor?
Tambor.
I said Tambor. You think I got it right?
How do you go about selecting the guests for your show?
Just basic desperation and who do I know who can get me in touch with that guy? It's all pretty self-booked still. I have a little help, but because of the number of podcasts I've done and the popularity of them, it's a little easier to get guests. I'm really pretty open to anybody, except for people I really don't like for usually personal reasons. And sometimes I'll have them on.
Just to make it interesting. What do you think is, if you had to pick one episode that would define you, which one would that be?
Well, it's weird because I don't know, define me. I think that there's a few episodes that I remember fondly for different reasons at different points during the podcast. Like Bob Odenkirk, when he got real at the end of his interview, it was sort of mind blowing to me. That was the first time I realized things can really happen here, and that I could show up for that. And then when I went to Robin Williams' house, then that sort of was a different thing. It was just me and Rob and William sitting there, but it was just a guy. Realizing that people are just people is pretty tricky for me, but I no longer, I'm a bit of a fanboy occasionally, more so with actors than I am with comics, but these are just people, and that's the great thing about them. But Robin Williams, Bob Odenkirk, Conan O'Brien, the Todd Hanson interview was insanely difficult but beautiful. Matt Graham, the interview that nobody likes, was one of the most important interviews for me because.
Why didn't they like it?
Well, it's not that they didn't like it. It was very disconcerting and it was very uncomfortable because he's a very troubled guy, and it's not. There was no. Oh, thanks, man. There was no. At the end of it, you didn't get the feeling that anything was going to be okay or that he was necessarily aware. But I knew that guy when we started, and he was always a very brilliant, troubled man. And I was really hung up on that episode and getting it right because I don't know why.
You want to show the truth.
I don't know what I wanted to show. It was just amazing. Like sometimes just amazing to talk to these guys for an hour because I've known people for 20 years and I don't know anybody who has known Dave Attell as long as I have, who's really talked to him more than 10 minutes. There are just certain people that, in a conversation with Attell is sort of like, Dave, what's up? What? And then, and that's it. And then it's like, are you good? And then it's gone. And then for him to sit and talk to me for an hour was pretty amazing. Stephen Wright, that was amazing because I didn't even know if he could talk. And, Norm Macdonald, does that guy talk like that all the time? A lot of times, 95% of those interviews are, I know these guys in passing, but when was the last time you sat down and talked to anyone for an hour? So a lot of them are first conversations. So to be honest with you, all of them are surprising.
You're going to be back in Austin next month for a Moon Tower Comedy Festival.
What time is that at?
It's April 25th through the 29th.
I can do it.
Yeah. And I'm sure that will sell out immediately. Thank you for stopping by today. This is Quinn with Marc Maron at South by Southwest, Esther Follies, and the Velveeta Room, 24/7 Comedy Radio, all comedy all the time.
I appreciate your confidence in me.